In this video, we shall speedrun the derivation of the Scholes PDE, which is this equation right here. The equation really doesn't have that many parameters. It has the volatility, interest rate, stock price, and our final goal is to find some equation that solves for the asset price. So what do we need in order to solve for the Scholes PDE? I claim we only need these three equations. Assuming that the stock price is a geometric Brownian motion gives us a stochastic differential equation. Assuming that every portfolio is self-financing basically says that any money that you don't put in stocks will automatically be put in the bank for some interest rate. And finally, Ito's lemma gives us another equation. I'm not going to go too deep into that, I may make another video, but for now it's just an equation. So, what is our end goal? Well, our end goal is to find the asset price, which is going to be a function of time as well as the stock price. Hence, since the price depends on time as well as some stochastic process, we can immediately use Ito's lemma. We then plug in our equation for the stock price, we're then able to calculate what the quadratic variation is, and then we put them all inside the equation above. Finally, we use the fact that every portfolio is self-financing, even holding our asset above. Doing some rearranging, I claim that the DT terms and the DST terms have to match. This immediately tells us what the delta T term is, which all the investors call delta, which basically says how much of the stock you need to hold in order to hedge such an asset, or in other words, remove any uncertainty. We then look at the DT terms, where we were able to substitute delta T from before. Finally, equating the two equations to each other and doing some rearranging, we do in fact get the Scholes PDE.